Okay, here we go. We're going to this is actually showing how I make my handles and attach them. There we go.
Yeah, hello everybody. Today we're going to demonstrate how to put handles on this. Here we're going to do our attach points for the top and the bottom. So what we're going on this one, we're going to put the bottom one here and the top one up here. So we've got to, after we've determined that, then we've got to determine the shape that we want to have, whether it's wanting to come out more as a kind of a D shape or a circle shape or this type of shape. So in order to do that, we've got to be able to get a profile of this so that we can sketch out what our possible handle configurations. And the way I do that, I'm going to turn on the overhead light, turn out the lights, and we're going to put a shadow down here, and I'm going to trace the shadow, and we'll use that as a template for deciding the shape of our handles are going to be. So here we go. We're going to turn this light on up here, and we're going to turn these lights off. There. Now we see we got a shadow here. Now the shadow looks this way because the light is that way a little bit. So let me get a pencil and let's trace this out, and that will give us a profile from where we can work to determine the shape and configuration of our handles. So let's just start here, and we'll do this. Just trace around that shadow. Whoops. I'm not the best tracer in the world, but we're going to do it anyway. Here, like this, and like this. Okay, so now I'm going to go around on the other side and trace the other shadow. Whoop, here we go. Right, here we go. Around here, and then around, whoops, around here like this. Okay, now we've got our profile drawn. We need to decide where we're going to attach. Well, the best place to attach, I think, is right in the very bottom of this cove. So we're going to put that right here. And then I guess we'll attach right at the very height of this bead here, very tight. So that will be right here. Okay, so it's here and here. So turn the lights back on, and we'll turn our overhead off. Okay, so here we are. We got our profile. Now we could do various shapes. We could make a shape like this, come in here like that, or we can make a shape like this, a little less of a circle, and come into the side. And then we can also embellish it a little bit by putting a little bit of a tail on it. So probably, I think what we'll do, we'll use this one here, okay? So how are we going to draw that out? Well, the best way of doing that, to get a nice drawing of that, is to get a French curve, something like this here. All right, let me get these blocks out of the way. There we go. Something like this. Okay, and kind of match up what we want to do here. So here's a, okay, do we want this to come straight in, or we want it to curve out a little bit? Well, I think curving it out make it look a little bit better. So what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll take this and we'll go all the way around like this, okay? There's that. right. Now we need to make our curve down towards this, like this. And then we want to curve back just a little bit to get our tail there. And let's see here. Ah, how about this? There we go. Okay, here we go. Like this. All right. All right, there it is. Now we'll erase this out of the way so it won't be confusing to us here. All right. Now that we've decided on our shape, what thickness are we going to have? Well, what I would do is on this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it a 1/2 inch thick. All right. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure a 1/2 inch all the way around. And starting, I'm going to make this my center line up here. So this half of half is a quarter. There's a quarter there and a quarter there. Okay. So we'll start there, but then we'll come out and we'll go 1/2 inch all the way around. Here, 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 here. Now, as we get down here, we want to taper this down. So what we'll do is we'll make that do that at the very end. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go like this. See how this is right here? We're going to just move this up, rotate it a little bit, and there we go. We're going to go like this around here, like that. All right, and then here we're going to come up and just match on this, like this. All right, and then we're just going to go all the way around like we did before. Let's see, how was this? Yeah, let's see here. Here we go, like that. All right, and then we're going to go straight down like this. Now here comes the fun part. We're going to just go down to a point like this on this side. So let's see here how we're going to do this. It'll be a gentle curve, something like that. Okay. Here we go. There we are. All right, now we've got our shape. And so what we're going to have to do now is we'll cut this out and we'll put it on our blank. And then we'll cut it out of blank, cut this out with on the blank. Use this as a pattern. Now, I'm going to move this table out of the way. Here. Okay. And here's our blank right here. Right here. This is a piece that I saved. Before we cut this, before we cut this out though, I'm going to resaw this as a 1/2 inch slabs. And such that it will match this thickness, the thickness of the handle here. So this will be a 1/2 inch wide, and then it will be a 1/2 inch thick and a 1/2 inch wide. Okay. So what we do, let me go to the bandsaw right now. There's no need for you to follow me, and I will resaw this into 1/2 inch pieces, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've cut these into 1/2 inch thick slabs here. I've taped them together with Turner tape, this spec tape, and then I cut out the that template for the pattern for the handle, and I put it on with double-sided tape, which is this stuff I got from Amazon. It's some Chinese made stuff, but wing tie tape right here, wing tie tape. Anyway, it's very good tape. It works well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this over to the other bandsaw, and I'm going to cut this out, and then we're going to see how we can get it fitted up to our vessel here. Okay. All right, I'll be back. I just wanted to show you. I got the first one sanded. It's been about 10 minutes worth of sanding, but I hope you can kind of tell the difference here between the two. The goal is to get these edges where they just blend into the sides and blend in to all the surfaces, such that you can't really tell where the curve starts and the curve ends. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and sand this one. I start off with, I use this. This is a Clean Sport product. It's a a cloth backed sandpaper. It's real flexible, and I do it, and I take and I sand like this. Can you see? Just up and down the whole thing to get these rounded off. Then I got Cubitron, some Cubitron here. I really like it. Some 120, and I use it to, here, whoop, upside down, here. I use it to sand the sides to get the saw marks out and just smooth them down. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sand this one. And once we get that done, then I'll be back. All right, after about 30 minutes of sanding, we've got our handles shaped. Started out with 80 grit to shape them, get all the curves and all of the uneven surfaces together. Then I went up from the grits to 220 from there. So there you go. So anyway, now comes a challenge to fit these here and here. Now, what we need to do is, on this one, we need to do a little bit of a concave curve here to get that to fit. And over here, I think we can just go ahead and fit it like that. Just let it touch. Let's see here. Might flatten that just a little bit. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll flatten that just a little bit. Let me mark that here. And let's see, where do I want to flatten that? I want to flatten it right in there. That area there. Yeah. Yeah. So that it'll give a little bit less of a gap there. Here. And same over here. About right in there. Let's okay. All right, what we're going to do now, we're going to take this over to the carving station, and we're going to try to carve these curves to get that to fit properly. So let's move the camera and we'll see over there. Okay, here we are at our carving station. So we're going to have to put a little concave on this. See this here? This, see right here, you got a little gap right here. So we're going to move this up a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to have to carve a curve into here so it'll make it fit. So let's do that right now. Basically what we're going to do is take just a big old round bit like this one here. Let's see, here we go, this one here, and gently just carve a curve into that. So let's see here, let's pull out the micromotor here, and we will set this in it. Okay, so here we go. Contact, turn it on, and down here, and here we go. So very gently, let's see here, keep that here, very gently put a curve into this. Over there. Now here, I'm not left-handed, so I'm gonna do it like this, okay? Here we go. I'm causing all kinds of problems here. And let's see here. There we go. See, we got a little bit of a curve. Let's see, where am I? Right here. Okay. Now you see we got a little bit of a curve in that. Let's see how it fits up, okay? Well, that looks pretty good, actually. Let's see, there's still a little bit of a gap in there. All right, so we'll put a little bit more curve in it. There. I'm going to change bits. This one's a little bit too aggressive. We'll go to a different one. One that's not quite so aggressive. Something's a little bit easier on it. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's do this one. Let's do this one here. Yeah, this one. Well, that goes to the other. Here we go. Get that out. Put that up here. Here we go. Now this is a stump cutter, so it's a little less aggressive. And here we go. Okay, here we go. More. There we go. Now let's see what she looks like. Okay. Got a goof here, so I'm going to have to. like to fix that, which I will here. Okay. Let's see what we got here now. All right, now, if you notice we got a curve going back this way, so we're going to have to curve this back. We're going to have to curve this back this way some, okay? Same thing on top. So I'm going to change this bit. I'm going to go to a ball. This one here. I think it'll work better for us. And here, see, okay. And here we go. And it might help if I turn it on. Okay, here we go. Back this camera off just a little bit this way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Here we go. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got now. And I'm gonna it's still a little bit here. It's a little bit high. So I'm going to trim that off a little bit. Just a little bit here. On the other side too. All right, let's see. Still need a little bit. Need a little bit more curve this way. Yeah. Yep. All right. Okay. What we got here? getting somewhere. Let's see. All right. That don't look too bad right there. All right. So what we'll do, let me get a little bit of sandpaper here, and I'll sand around this way here, like this, and the other side same way. Okay. Okay, so now we got to cut a little deeper in here to match that curve there. Just a little bit. Not like inside here. Okay, and then we got to go here. So you got to curve this curve here. So we got to go a little deeper in here like this. Just a little deeper inside. Okay. All right, now let's take a look at what we got. Well, we're not too shabby here. So I think we'll go with that on this one, and then let me get the other one done, and then we'll glue them on. All right. Okay, here we are. Here we are back at the workbench. We've got our handles here, and we're going to mix up a little 5-minute epoxy, and we're going to stick on one handle, and we're going to have to hold it, of course, until it sets up. So let's mix up just a little bit here. This JB Weld, and like that. We'll set that over here. Take a popsicle stick and mix it here. It takes about 8 minutes or so for this stuff to start setting up. So we'll put it on this handle. We'll get it lined up, and I'll hold it, and I'll cut the video until it sets up, and then we'll put on the other one. So here we are. We're mixing this up. Getting it mixed up pretty well. Okay. That looks pretty good. So let's set this to the side here, and we'll put a little dab right there, and a little dab in there. Don't want too much. Okay. Okay, here we go. There and there. Make sure she's lined up straight. All right. So, and let's see here. This one slipped over. Whoops. A little bit more on this one. There we go. All right, here we go. We'll put this here and put that there. Just get it straight. All right, there we are. Well, I'm going to turn off the video right now and hold this. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, it finally got stuck. Took a while. I'll have to sand off this stuff I got on it, but that's no big deal once it hardens up. On this up, here we go. There we are. Take that out of that one. Put trash, and then we will mix this one. All right. I think we'll just let this sit for a little bit, say for a couple of minutes, before I apply it. Let it start to tack up or stiffen a little bit, and then we'll stick it on this. That way we don't have to hold it so long. All right, here we go. Okay, that's probably mixed up good enough. So, there. And there. Let that sit for a minute or two. Set it over here next to that. We'll let it sit there for a little bit. We'll watch this when it starts tacking up. Okay, after much patience, holding, and one thing or two, I finally got them both stuck. This one's still a little bit loose. This one is solid. So I'm going to have to do some sanding here to clean this up. But there you go. Handles on vessels. So I think maybe if I probably just need from now on get some real thick CA gap filling and put it on there, and that will probably make life a lot easier for me and anybody else that tries this. But there you are, and I hope this video was informative and that everybody learned something from it. And this is my first time to try to do a demo on video, but anyway, I think it worked out okay. But anyway, if you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Anyway, back to live.
Well done, Dewey.
Awesome.